Hey. So it is actually Wednesday, December 11th, 2024 when I'm filming this. I figure I probably should start time stamping these things. Kind of like a captain's log, Captain Kirk from Star Trek. Captain Stardate. So you guys know that it's not fresh because sometimes I do them the morning of, that you get them same day, delivery like Amazon Prime. But this one's in advance, so because I'm ahead of schedule, which is exciting and awesome. I woke up this morning. Well, let me backtrack. You guys know, well, unless you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe. I'd love to have you here, part of our happy, positive, loving tribe. I mean, not always happy. Sometimes I'm super sad. But loving. I think that's the key word. A very loving tribe of people that will support you in the comments and try to keep this section of the internet as pristine, soulful, beautiful, positive, happy. Again, not always happy as possible, as loving as possible. I haven't finished my coffee. I need to finish it so this will start to come online, right? But as many of you know, I am a music file. I am just obsessed with music. I feel like my brain is an encyclopedia of all kinds of genres of music spanning all eras and decades, time and space, except for the more modern stuff, which I just kind of tune out because I'm like, no, thank you. Yeah, there are exceptions, of course, but on the whole, I tend not to listen to anything recent. Unless it's from older artists that are coming back with stuff, then I'm listening to it. Again, exceptions are exceptions. There's always great music being made, regardless of what's being put in our faces. But I woke up this morning, and for some reason, the song Baby I Need Your Lovin' by the Four Tops, I love Motown, one of my favorites, popped in my head. And I thought, oh, I should listen to that this morning. And then I started thinking about the lyrics. And then I started thinking about other songs, and I was playing a radio station based on the Sugarland song Settling, which I put a card to in my video about settling and dating, because that song popped in my head when I thought about settling and dating. And that's a country song. And I thought, and the radio station that YouTube Music created played, oh my gosh, it's Lady Antebellum, I Need You Now. So all this need, right? Baby, I need your lovin'. I need you now. Need. They need the other person, right? The songwriters. Or whoever the perspective of the person in the song is, right? I hope that made sense. Goodness gracious. I was not eloquent by any stretch of the imagination. But you know what I mean, I believe. And I started thinking, oh my gosh, most music is anxiously attached. So now I'm going to combine my love of psychology with my love of music. Oh, peanut butter and jelly. Of course, music goes with anything. Psychology pretty much goes with anything too, so most things. And there's something in the psychology world. There's actually a book called Attached, but it's all about attachment styles. And there are 4 main ones. I think they ended up having subcategories. But it's basically the way you connect with people romantically. I'm pretty sure it's romantic. It's been a while since I've read the book. Actually, well, wait, I listened to the audiobook. I think hopefully it's still here on YouTube and you can listen to it as well if you're interested. And if you struggle with romance and love and dating like myself, it's really good to know this about yourself and other people. That you'll go, oh my gosh, that's why I've been acting the way I've been acting and sabotaging things and it's just not working out. So basically, how you were connected to your early caregivers and early childhood determines your attachment style. Whether they were attentive to you when you were crying as a baby, or they left you, or sometimes they left you to tend to your own needs, and sometimes they would take care of you, and so you're back and forth. So there's the 4 types, and I'm not an expert on this by any stretch of the imagination, but there's secure. That's your goal. That's where we all want to be. It's where you really are easygoing about romantic relationships. Take it or leave it. It's not, you don't make it your whole world. You're not going to fall apart if they break up with you. You're secure. Hence the name secure attachment. And then there is avoidant. I've dated many of those. Those are the people that just, it's like, give me my space, give me my independence. It's almost like they call it black cat energy now. It's basically avoidant energy. They just don't want you to be too clingy, too needy, too in their space, right? And then there's anxious, which is what I have been for the longest, and I'm working towards secure. I feel like, and of course, I'm not in a relationship now. It's been a little while since I've been in one. So really, that would be the marker, I think, is when I started seriously dating someone to see, okay, am I securely attached now, or am I still a little anxious? But anxious, that's those of us that you're insecure in how you're attached to someone. You need a lot of reassurance. You want to be with them quite a bit. You need to know that, hey, everything's okay. I'm good. You can get jealous really easily, things like that. So anxious and avoidant usually are drawn to each other like moths to a flame, which, as you can imagine, is a recipe for disaster. So a lot of people get in those relationships thinking, oh my gosh, there's magnetism and chemistry and butterflies, but it's your attachment styles, your trauma being attracted to each other, and it's just awful because one person's like this golden retriever that's like, love me, love me, love me, love me, and then there's this black cat energy that's just saying like, leave me alone. So their needs and desires are different, so it's like this push-pull, right? And then the last one, which I'm not super familiar with, is I think it's anxious avoidant or disorganized, I think is what they're calling it too. And that one is the sun. It's bright in my eyes. Usually I don't mind, but for some reason today it's kind of bothering me a little bit. That's the one where it's basically I think you're a little both. I think you're unpredictable and you're sort of like push, pull, which doesn't sound fun to be dating someone like that where you don't know. It's like 1 minute, it's like love me, the next minute stay away. Ay, ay, ay. So the goal is for all of us to be securely attached, right? In a dream world, an ideal world. But in music, if you think about the themes that are constantly coming up, they're usually not songs saying no, there is a Michael Jackson song called Leave Me Alone. I was going to say, there's no song called Leave Me Alone. That's a great one. But there's not a lot of songs where they're saying, go away, stay far away. I don't want to, sometimes they'll say, I don't want to see you again, but it's usually a breakup type thing, right? Most songs are, I need you, I want you, I crave you, I have to have you, you're my everything, you're my world, I'll fall apart without you. There's even a Chicago song, gosh, why am I blanking? Where I was like, oh, that's so anxious attached. Where he's basically saying, and hopefully I can think of it and I can post a card or something for it. Because it's a great one too, but it's basically like not being able to live without someone. They are your everything. And so doesn't that seem to be the theme? And I was thinking about this. I wonder, it's like chicken or the egg. Are those of us that are musicians and songwriters, is it because we all have like parental issues from childhood that we just need to be seen and need to be loved? And so we struggle with those connections, and the way that we're able to channel that energy is through our music. Possibly. So I wanted to hear your thoughts and you can list some songs below too, if you could think of some that you're like, oh goodness, yes, this is an artist that's very anxious attached, or if you find some that are avoidant, that could be interesting as well. And let me know if you've read the book Attached, or if you're familiar with it, or if you know your attachment style. Again, if you're someone like me that struggles in the dating world because of those traumas, and I'm working on those things so that the next one will be a securely attached. I can just sort of sit back and be at peace. And I think too, sometimes it depends on the other person. If they're making you feel insecure and they're doing things intentionally to kind of make you feel a certain way, that's not healthy either. So it's not always, sometimes I think I can blame myself for everything, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. It takes two. So music, anxious attachment, interesting thoughts. And of course, none of us get out of this life unscathed. So we all have traumas and dramas and things, and it's just how we choose to, I like to say channel it, because for me it's all spiritual. It's like we're all vessels, and as an artist, for me, it's my art, my music, my acting, my performing. But for some people, it could be your writing, it could be your speaking, it could be anything. The way that you just choose to take something and be an alchemist and transmute it into something else. So, all right. Well, I love you guys. I'm going to run. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you. Oh, and please take care of yourselves and each other. That's my little tagline at the end, at least for now. I'll probably switch it up at some point because I tend to do that. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.